Hello there, ANY here, and welcome to, well, I guess this new podcast show, which has so far no real name. But before we go into that issue, I guess, first of all, let's welcome today's guest with me, Keyframe. Hello, Keyframe.
Hello!
Who the hell are you?
Well, my name is Keyframe, aka Cosmic Chrissy on DeviantArt. I am an artist, a cartoonist, and once I finally get my review out, an MLP analysis.
Yay! And by the way, my title card artist. So if you happen to see those nice title cards I was able to present in recent videos, yeah, that's all thanks to her. So, yay! And she also became the victim for, yeah, all this right here. Basically, for everybody who is like, hey, and why didn't you already have a podcast? Yes, there is a Crepuscular Bronies Discuss podcast, which I started with Biter mid-season 3. And by now, the thing is simply that I was looking for something more casual, something more people-focused, and not this really stiff, focused analysis talk. And yeah, so the CBD is still a thing or not, I'm not sure, because it is basically now completely in Biter's hand. And I guess they are on hiatus, at least until the next season starts. Not really sure. Ask Looney Turtle, ask Biter, they can tell you more about this. But so here's a new podcast with ANY, and a few things about it. It's not MLP exclusive. It will be random topics. It will just be casual, hanging out with a guest, maybe two for an hour, talk about whatever topics come up. There is no fixed topic. There is no fixed formula, fixed guest. It's really just me having somebody over, talking.
No pants required.
No pants required. That's very important to say. No pants required, because even so I want this to be a video podcast, it will be like this. People will be cut off down here, so you can be completely naked down there. It will not matter whatsoever.
Don't give people ideas.
Why? As long as I really don't care. I can have a total dude here. If this person is naked below the waist and does not stand up, I don't care. And yeah, same goes basically for a girl. So even though I personally would probably enjoy it a bit more if there is a naked girl standing up during the show, I still do not want this to happen, since this show is, well, what rating does the show get that is still allowing cursing?
And like, we can be a hard R without nudity.
Okay, so if the F word and the S word and other words that are boiled down to their first letter happen to, what is the rating of the show then?
I guess PG-13.
Okay, PG-13. I keep this channel PG-13. So you don't have to keep your pants on, but you have to stay sitting down on my show if you are pantless. Pantless. Whatever. You know what
Welcome
I mean.
to the show, everyone.
Yes, this is a great start for a first episode, isn't it? As I said, everything is allowed. Randomness, talking about whatever happens, and I still need a name for the show. If you let me decide the name, and for people who haven't figured it out by now,
He's not creative.
No, I'm not creative. You can check every goddamn single show on my channel. The names are always super unimaginative and descriptive. It is
Yays and nays. My thoughts on Ask.
Yes, exactly. They are hyper descriptive. There's nothing to it, and even my shows are all no real creative formats. I mean, a top 5 yay and nay list. For everybody who hasn't figured it out, I'm ripping off Yahtzee from Zero Punctuation. He did it before me, and I was like, hey, this is a great. I saw the great potential of the formula of having 5 positive, 5 negative, and especially mixing them together, like and ending it on a positive note. This also, I did all this intentionally. I was able to analyze the formula and make my own version of it, but I was not able to come up with an original great formula myself. And titles also. So everybody who has a great idea for a title of this show, leaves a suggestion down below, and probably I collect a few suggestions I like. and then next time we can do a vote on it, and then I will retroactively change the title of this video and all the other podcast videos.
Yeah, yes, please put good ones in the comments. He asked me. I'm someone who used to have a comic series that was just called Life. I'm not any better than him when it comes to...
But you are at least an artist. You draw stuff and...
Titles are the worst thing to come up with. It's almost as bad. It's the written equivalent of drawing hands and feet as an artist. They're just things that you don't like to do. Or, for animators, lip syncing. So, yeah, don't ask me. Put it in the comments below. It could be anything.
Yeah, okay. We already established that they have to leave their comments. Now, we already established that there is totally no red line to follow, no content, no sanity, no niveau, anything left in this show. So, at this point, it can only get better. So, okay, earlier I asked you, because this is also a great thing about this show, I don't have to come up with topics, because I'm be like, hey, guest, bring a few interesting topics. So, Keyframe, do you have any interesting topics to talk about?
I wrote a few down.
Oh, that's good. Let's start with the best one first.
Yeah, all three of them. Okay, so I have one where we can just talk about like our favorite like YouTube channels and programming that we like and we recommend, sort of thing.
Okay.
The other one was the one that you had before about just, even though this is not an MLP exclusive podcast, talking about like maybe the future of MLP, stuff we would like to see in season 5, and the last one I just wrote, stroke my own ego. I have no idea what that meant.
Well, you most certainly came to the wrong show for that one. At least you wrote it as a topic which I can present, so yes, of course we can stroke my own ego a bit. But hey, the A and Y will be somewhere in the title. Still suggest whatever you want, but I have the feeling that A and Y will end up in the title.
Everyone type down the A and Y is a dick show.
I already like it. A and Y is a dick show with guests. It's already great. Oh God, this will be the half of the suggestions now. Okay, guys. As I said before, we do the voting on the title next time. So if somebody already wrote down A and Y is a dick, and this will probably be the second comment after the obligatory first comment, which is literally spelling first,
which will probably be Peanut Warrior.
You don't need to suggest A and Y is a dick again, because it's already suggested. This time we don't count. This time it's only different suggestions. Okay. God, I'm already scared of what I will get as a...
This is what you get for having me as a first guest.
Yeah. Didn't we just agree a moment ago that we are here to stroke my ego? God damn it. You are a horrible first guest. Everybody out there who plans to do a podcast, don't take her as a guest. She is really horrible.
Oh, you must hate me. Why do you hire me as a title card artist?
Because you can't. Oh wait! I see what you did there. Oh no! I was so close to falling for it, to saying something nice about your drawings, but no.
Oh yeah!
Let's say it like this: you offered it, and I took the offer.
I didn't offer anything. Oh my.
Okay, guys, sorry for the cut right there, and I hope you are also sorry, Chrissy, for me to actually have go back there and edit stuff. But yeah, she decided to stand up. Of course, she was naked below the waist, so I had to edit it out.
Oh, you shut up! Oh.
Well, now that this is cleared and everybody knows what totally happened, and which is not made up nonsense that I just came up with, where were we? Wait, we
were discussing how much you love my artwork and how much you respect me as an artist and how you are so glad to have me in your life.
Well, don't I have to pay you by now?
Not unless patrons keep
Well,
leaving. Speaking of which, go to him and pay him on Patreon.
I just wanted to say this. Ladies, gentlemen, dear viewers, this is the sad story of a young, aspiring artist who really saw a great opportunity of making her first money with this title card artist job on YouTube. And she found a gullible YouTuber who was like, oh yeah, I will give you a share of the money I make on Patreon if I make at least $100 a month. And now, dear viewers, this story has a very sad ending, and it leads to me totally whoring out right here, right now. Because we once again fall below the $100. And therefore, this poor artist who is putting hours of her life into those title cards
Sleepless nights
has no right to get paid anymore. So help her, not me, help her by giving me money. I can't do a straight face.
And remember, as Avenue Q would say, when you help others, you're also helping yourself.
Yeah, but okay. All complete whoring out aside, and this podcast is not supposed to be one big commercial for Patreon, so we will stop talking about Patreon in a minute. Just give me this one more minute. Honestly, guys, if you are quite a big, an insanely big bunch of people. I mean, sure, there are bigger YouTubers out there who are like 14,000. What is he talking about? But no, for me personally, having 14,000 subscribers is like, wow. It's like, what the fuck? 40,000 people are actually listening to what I say, at least partially. Some are just there for this show, some are just there for that show, whatever. But it's a thing. If only every 100 of you would only give $1. This would already be, we would already have the first milestone back, and we could be like, hey, because this is the thing. I mean, I'm in employment, so this YouTube money is money I can reinvest into YouTube right away. This is pretty much what all my milestones are about. The money I make with Patreon would go back into the show. It would go back into paying people who help me out, like Keyframe here. It would go into animations, soundtrack, stuff like this. I would commission other artists and stuff. So this money would go back into the community. So yeah, if you feel like it, hey, awesome. But okay, enough Patreon talk. I mean, my
hashtag ANY is whoring out.
Exactly. I mean, I made this my hashtag for a purpose, but all fun aside, or all whoring out aside, this show is not about whoring out. This show is about nonsense. So let's spread the nonsense. Yeah, your first topic was a little bit about talking about the YouTube landscape, what is interesting, what not, and well, you brought the topic, so I guess you have to start now.
Sure. I watch a variety of things on YouTube. Like, I watch gaming, I watch analysts, and I watch animations and all that stuff. I think the most common things I watch is I watch Jesse Cox, but I'm gonna let ANY talk about Jesse because ANY was the person who. ANY was the one who got me into Jesse Cox and Cox and Crendor, both the animation channel and the actual podcasts. And they're let ANY talk about them, but they're hilarious.
Yeah.
But other things I watch.
ANY bringing Cox into your life.
Lots of them.
I mean, Jesse is the one who has to live with this name, so.
Yeah, that's true.
But please continue.
The other things I watch, I'm going on my YouTube subscriber list now because I have just a really poor memory.
Oh god, if I would do this, I am subscribed to, I don't know, 170 YouTube channels, something like this.
Yeah, yeah. Other things I'm subscribed to. I'm subscribed to. I'm trying to think of people that you don't know or that you don't watch.
So you don't mention the Game Grumps.
Well, you don't watch Game Grumps.
Yeah, but the viewers maybe. So it can be like.
Okay, I'm gonna mention Game Grumps because that's the thing I actually do watch the most often. I am a huge. Well, Game Grumps call them lovelies. Or passengers if you watch Steam Train mostly. But I'm a huge fan of Game Grumps. I love Ego Raptor. I love Danny Sexbang. I love back when JonTron was on. I like Ross. I like Barry and Susie. They're one of the funny. It's just the concept of the show is just two people playing video games, just their audio, just having fun. Like it's not like regular face cam stuff where you're actually trying to beat the game or make a commentary out of it. It's just two people hanging out and dicking around, and it makes some of the funniest things.
So basically, if I would start playing a game right now, we would be Game Grumps level of entertaining.
Well, the thing is, they play
Time to start Steam.
No, stop it. Stop it. I have to be playing it too, or, at least being on a couch next to you. Not that I want to be on a couch next to you, jeez.
I have a very comfy couch, okay?
Oh, yeah. But the other thing I just really like about Game Grumps is that it probably has one of my favorite fan communities outside of, TV show fan communities like MLP and stuff. They have just one of the best, internet communities. Like, they have millions of animations that people crunk out, each day. They have remixes. They have just insane amount of creative people inside the fandom, and it's just really interesting. Other things, I guess I'll say two more and then I can let you go and pick yours and we can just switch off and stuff.
Fair enough.
I also watch AVbyte, which is, I'm a huge fan of musicals, and I think ANY subscribes to this channel too.
Did I? I was also those two guys who do a lot of musical-like numbers with, for example, Disney characters, and the texts are all ironic and describing the cliches around their roles and stuff like this.
Yes.
Ah, okay, then I remember.
Yeah, they are, I'm a huge fan of musicals, both movies and theater. I'm in theater groups and stuff. Despite how I sang earlier, I do like to sing, and I don't sing normally like that. That was me just joking around. But AVbyte is just, they put so much quality into their videos, both with the costumes and the lyrics and everything. They actually do feel like Broadway numbers, and it's hilarious considering some of the ridiculous topics. Like, yeah, did you ever think that you could make a Broadway-style musical out of Pokemon?
Well, I saw Avenue Q.
But they didn't.
Well, I saw Avenue Q, which is literally a Broadway musical, and what they are based on Sesame Street,
yes.
And they look what they made songs out of.
Yeah,
Schadenfreude, you can be as loud as you want to. Internet is for porn, so
everyone's a little bit racist.
Everybody's just a little bit racist. Great number. If you were gay, so many great songs.
Yeah.
Purpose. Also, so.
Yeah, but AVbyte's really good. I think
They also made a few about Doctor Who and about
Game of Thrones. They did one for each season of Game of Thrones so far.
Oh, nice! I haven't even seen those. And Doctor Who and the Sherlock. They also did at least one for Sherlock, didn't they?
They did one for I guess Sherlock season 2.
Probably could be.
It was after Sherlock came back.
Yeah, this is in spoilers. When Sherlock came back in season 3, they made one with Watson being all sad, and then he coming back, and then they sing about stuff. Well, of course, the music. Yeah. Of course, they sing about stuff.
And it's not just TV shows and stuff that they do. They also do. They made a song about Facebook and how people are obsessed with it. They did one about Twitter. They did one against singing about the feud between PS4 and Xbox One, and the musical ended with people singing about how great PCs are. PC
Master Race, PC Gamer Master Race.
They even made and they just make and then they have one called First World Problems, and they have a wide variety, and and I will say this, they're probably the only people that I've watched draw my lives and be actually entertained by.
Did they also do the procrastination song?
Yes, both the YouTuber version and the normal one.
Maybe it is a different... Is this all one channel, or I was thinking about
two? Yes, this is all one channel. This is all one channel, ANY.
They also made Bronies the musical, right?
Yes.
Oh, this is all... Oh, okay, I didn't know that this all was one channel.
Yes, and it's only two brothers, so it's actually
and a large crew of singers. So
yes, but they're the ones that make the music, do the editing all by themselves. But the actors and singers are interchangeable. The other two channels I was going to say, going to like reviewers, I watch. I know you know who MysteriousMrEnter is, so I'm going to... maybe I can talk about him later, but the one I want to mention is one that I watch called Rebel Taxi, and the guy goes by the name Pan Pizza. He is one of the most crude, rude, and yet totally hilarious reviewers that I've ever seen. And he reviews mostly cartoons and animation. And he has a very snide, satirical view. Like, he usually, even if he likes the stuff he's talking about, he will make fun of it. And he has a very interesting style, given that he never has shown his face, but it's not like MysteriousMrEnter, where it's like a single picture. He's an animator, so he actually does have this small animation of his character Pan Pizza talking for him. And his editing is really good and everything. And there's things I can respect about him, and one is he will always try to find a positive thing even with the most negative stuff. Like, anyone who watches Cartoon Network, or is a very dedicated Cartoon Network watcher like I am, like, it's my favorite channel, remembers this really, really, really crappy time called 2009, where they brought live-action shows and stuff, and then they brought a show called... happened a little bit later, called Secret Mountain Force Awesome. Even he can find a positive spin on all this, saying that, it's good that the channel does this sort of experimentation stuff. They keep trying stuff, even if it doesn't work out, they just go to the next thing, and it can come out with something great, like Adventure Time or Steven Universe. The only review I've watched of his where he has nothing, like almost absolutely nothing to say that's good, is that he reviewed this Nickelodeon show called Breadwinners. And he posted 2 reviews of it. One was a normal review, and the other one, he did a re-recording of the same review, but he was angry and drunk. And it's the best, 5 minutes of my life.
Yeah, this kind of concept is always fun.
Yeah, so I would say watch him. He's really good.
Yeah, I already realized that your first topic is a really sucky one.
How's it sucky?
Because I have to go and do research and get all the links to the channels you just mentioned to put them down into the description.
I will send them to you. I will send them to you after the call, okay?
That's very fine. That's cool. I would have asked you for this anyways. But yeah, everybody, all the stuff she just mentioned, links down below in the descriptions. And now for more stuff to put into the descriptions, what do I watch? I guess I will not necessarily go deep into, because MLP stuff I plug all the time. When I see something nice, I mention it. So I guess it's, I will now more talk about not MLP stuff I really, really watch. But there are not too many hidden gems within. There are a lot of stuff that is rather mainstream, so you probably heard of it, like Extra Credits, amazing show. On my old channel, I already made a top list about review shows I watch, and I brought up Extra Credits, which is kind of reviewy, ignore the thunderstorm outside, which they talk about video games, but first of all, they talk from the point of view, they do not review games. They talk about aspects of gaming, of the gaming industry, and so on, because they are actually game producers, and they have an stunningly positive attitude towards everything. They are very positive about things, but they are not blind for critical stuff. They always point it out when something is critical. Great, absolutely great. They run for years now. They produce about 5-minute clips, and 5 to 10 minutes are the clips long, and they talk about so much great, interesting stuff about gaming. They have a big focus on educational purpose of gaming, for example. They talk about game mechanics. They give a lot of advice for upcoming game developers, but sometimes also for gamers. Yeah, I really love watching that show, for example. Another example I saw. Oh, yeah, the Game Theorists, also rather popular. So I probably just. Well, if you haven't watched the show Game Theory yet, you totally missed out, and you should go over there and watch the show Game Theory. What he does is he takes some concept of a video game and puts real science on it. And he evaluates it with real science. So he takes it far too serious and tries to go into it. For example, one really good one, which is probably even true, his game theory, is that Zelda Majora's Mask, or whatever it's called, the second one on the N64, with this town in which Link goes through the same storyline multiple times from different angles, and each time ends with the destruction of everything.
Yeah, Majora's Mask.
Yeah, and he is pretty much analyzing it and coming to the conclusion that it represents the 5 stages of what is it? How you deal with loss.
The 5 stages of grief?
Yes, thank you. The 5 stages of grief, with denial, with acceptance, with anger, and so on. And in this case, I have the feeling that he's actually onto something with his theory. Other videos are about how likely is it that you survive a headshot. For example, in the opening of Fallout New Vegas, your character gets a headshot and wakes up with amnesia after it, I believe. I haven't played it yet. I really need to play it. And he pretty much is like, how realistic and likely is it that you survive a absolutely close-up headshot like this? And he goes into analysis and how a skull structure, and brings up real science. And in the end, I believe he proves that it is possible. Sometimes he also disproves stuff.
Like the bullet bill thing?
The bullet bill, yeah, the bullet bill thing, I believe he disproved. The Mario thingy, bullet bill, he disproved. So yeah, he has a lot of awesome stuff when he goes totally nuts on it and explains unrealistic video game stuff with real science, which is often amazing. Especially how often he comes up with a solution that, well, it's actually possible. Or that Mario is actually a psychopath who is abusing his brother and stuff like this. But yeah, you have to see those episodes for yourself because they are amazing. Mm-hmm. What else do I watch? Something that is not gaming related, maybe. Do I watch anything non-gaming related? Well, there are a few more political loaded shows I watch. So we have so far.
I would just say you would put a warning there if you started talking about it.
Yeah, no, because that's the reason. So far, we had a very casual, very lighthearted podcast, so I don't really go in too much into it. Maybe mentioning, for example, one, because I realized I had screenshots of my YouTube feed in the past popping up in some videos, and there was a video of The Amazing Atheist, and somebody was like, "Oh, great, you're watching The Amazing Atheist, so awesome." I have to say, recently I stopped really watching him because he is just always so... He is just shouting a lot and very insulting, and often enough he marks, when he marks somebody in his videos, often enough he goes over the top. He leaves the field of being rational, being the better man, and actually making a good point, to just making fun of the person. And yeah, in his very angry and over the top and manner, and I was like, calling him an idiot is one thing, but going on for 30 seconds about some point where you are not really having a point is just boring. So
it's
yeah.
like the Nostalgia Critic, but not good.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Nostalgia Critic puts on an act. Oh, Nostalgia Critic, good point. Yeah, but then again, it's also so mainstream. Who hasn't seen Dark Walker yet? If you haven't, then you are a failure of a nerd. Go and watch him.
Let's go freak out about the Nostalgia Critic for a few minutes, because that's something we can both talk about, because I love the Nostalgia Critic.
Who doesn't? I mean, he pretty much became one of the big icons who created the internet landscape like it is today in regards to videos and stuff.
What's your favorite review from him?
I believe I'm not really. First of all, I like his new stuff. His new Nostalgia Critic he reinvented after he sent him to retirement a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't know. At the end, at the end of one of the specials.
At the end of To Boldly Flee.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of To Boldly Flee, he pretty much retired the character of the Nostalgia Critic, but he brought him back after a stunningly short time, but he still reinvented him. And I really love the reinvented version. He has a little bit more of acting stuff within, which I have a neutral feeling. I enjoy it, but it's not. I see it rather neutral. I don't think it takes away from the show. I don't think it adds too much. It's just a nice way to mix stuff up. No, but he also allows himself to be less the character and more an actual critic. In the past, he was all about being this character. Nowadays, he also is talking more real analysis, more critical, and with each other week he does an editorial, and in the editorial he is barely the Nostalgia Critic anymore. This is nearly completely Dark Walker talking, if you ask me. And he actually talks about issues he's interested in and wants to talk about. So I really love those thingies. As a single review, I believe this is probably just because I haven't really updated my opinion yet, but I just stick with the Sonic review, Sonic ZAM review. It's so amazing.
I think, like, I can't really. Usually with most things, I don't have a specific favorite, but for me, like, I prefer his newer stuff to his older stuff, and I watched all of his older stuff. I watched all of his videos in one big marathon, like how people do for a TV show. I just kept watching him. Like, I discovered him through a YouTube video, from another YouTube video. I actually discovered Nostalgia Critic because I was watching creepypasta videos, and he was in the related suggestions of one of them. Like, I guess it was a Simpsons one, and it went to the top Simpsons episodes. And yeah, that's one way to go. It definitely quelled my nightmares. But then I went on thatguywiththeglasses.com and I watched all the videos and all the I love his commentaries. His commentaries are really good, especially when he has Rob with him. And I guess my favorites are, from his older stuff, his Garbage Pail Kids review. Just the holy shit storm of how could he have gotten through this movie alive was my question. And the entire 2001: The Space Odyssey ending of it was just perfect. Like, I just love the him singing "Oh my God, it sucks." But my two favorite reviews from him are his Pearl Harbor review, if not only for that giant blow up he has in the middle of it, where he actually turns red in the face. Because it was it was like he was slipping. It was like how you said in his editorials, he's barely the Nostalgia Critic. He was dug at that moment. I could just feel it. This was actual anger. It wasn't played up. It was actual anger, given that his dad went into the Navy to support his family. And they insulted the Navy in that movie by saying, like, they can't swim.
Which is so amazing.
And it was just like, wow. He cares about this stuff. But my favorite, my favorite review is the Cat in the Hat review, because basically all of his feelings towards how people say Dr. Seuss books are silly little kids books, and how Doug says, no, these are not silly little kids books, basically is what I have in my opinion it's basically the equalization of my opinion towards, like, how people view like anything for kids or animation in general. No, how people view animation as just a kid's genre and a kid format. That is basically Doug's thing saying like Dr. Seuss books are not little kids' books is basically how I say animation is not just for kids. And it's just, I really love it when he actually does go deep in the heart. Though I do love him when he's drinking out of a skull and shooting a gun too. So he has a wide range.
Doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, I agree with you. His newer stuff is more refined. It is overall, I think, better. But yeah, the Sonic Hedgehog review was just so great. I'm still biased about it.
Yeah, I remember that one. I think the other guys I like from the That Guy with the Glasses site is that I watch a lot is Linkara, Paw, and Todd in the Shadows.
Ooh, Paw, yeah, I recently caught up with Paw a little bit, like watching all his music movies.
Yeah.
A show in which he's a total movie nerd, music nerd and music guy, and so he came up with a show in which he talks about musical movies that are musicals, and yeah, since I enjoy my singing number doing a movie pretty much, so I totally like this show, and there are a lot of movies he talks about I either have already seen or I am interested now to see. So
yeah, I really like Paw's format too. How he does not like in his earlier review. Like if any of you guys go to see Paw, he has his own website along with being associated with That Guy with the Glasses called auditorydumpling.com, but he has a different format where he doesn't do a review linearly of the actual movie. He goes to the musical numbers, and he does talk about how the musical numbers do fit into the narrative of the story. I think
I know he is now, I believe, married even to the vampire girl.
Yes, he is married to, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Elsa?
Neither, and she is pretty pregnant, so, but...
Yeah, he's about to have a little boy.
Okay, I wasn't so much into it, but since you apparently are on top of the gossip, what happened to Rose? I mean, he had this Rose girl he was playing games with earlier, years ago.
I think that was either his cousin or his friend. That was like a mutual friend between him and Brentalfloss.
But I watched Harry and Sally, and this movie taught me that boys and girls can never be friends.
They also said in that movie that it was acceptable to fake an orgasm in the middle of a diner. I think you should take lessons from Meg Ryan films.
What? But I adjusted my entire life to finding a nice Frenchman and becoming a nice Frenchman who is a suck and then kind of gets this girl from America and. Or what else Meg Ryan movies are? And I totally planned on starting in a chat room and falling in love with somebody in a chat room, and then...
You're falling in love with Tom Hanks in a chat room? Stop fantasizing. Let's keep talking about Paw. But anyway, he has a very interesting format of reviews, and he doesn't just review movies. Recently, he has something called Music Movie Shorties, where he knows that music is not just limited to film. It's also with TV shows. So he sometimes reviews...
I just remembered...
Yes, you and the German...
Yeah, exactly. I just recalled one of the because you kept talking about Paw. I recalled what I recently watched of him, which brings me to one of the most epic things to talk about: Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
Yes.
Oh, he talked about it. For everybody who doesn't know, for crying out loud, I put this link on top of all the other links we talked earlier, because Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog is amazing. It has so much amazing thrown into it. It has Neil Patrick Harris in it. It is written and directed by Josh. Come on, help me.
Hold on, I'll Google it.
The Buffy guy. God damn it! I have to hand in my nerd card.
Dr. Horrible
Josh Whedon.
blog. Josh Whedon.
Josh Whedon. I can keep my nerd card. God.
Josh Whedon, who is known for making movies such as The Avengers and Cabin in the Woods, and a lot of really good films and TV shows.
And TV shows like Buffy.
Firefly.
Oh, Firefly. Don't talk about Firefly. It makes me sad.
He also co-wrote Toy Story, and he did Dollhouse and the new show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which has Mulan in it, just saying.
How does this even work? Anyways, so yeah, Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. Neil Patrick Harris as a star, in a supporting role, Felicia Day. In another supporting role,
Nathan Fillion.
Thank you.
And Simon Helberg, who you should know from The Big Bang Theory.
Yes, yes. And it is amazing. It is, first of all, yes, sing-along blog, vlog, by the way, sing-along vlog. It is self-ironical because it later gets addressed that his vlog is an actual vlog that people watch.
Including the police.
Including the police. He's a criminal. He's a super criminal. And he has a vlog. And police watches it. Amazing. And
yes.
So there are a lot of musical numbers. So if you can totally not stand singing, still watch it because it will change your mind. But
yeah.
So this, and really great, self-ironic, but still working musical numbers. And and it's free. It's for free in HD on YouTube because it's back from I don't know when there was a big.
It was released in 2008, and while most people call it a movie because it takes place in 3 acts, it was actually a mini-series that was released between July 15th and July 20th. So actually, like in 2 days, it would be the 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, the 6-year anniversary of Dr. Sing-Along.
Nice. And I heard the plan an actual movie to follow up on it. But yeah, it was written by Josh Whedon during the strike, the writer's strike. The writer's strike, and it also is technically a brother project because the music was not only made by Josh Whedon, it was also made by his brother Jed. Apparently, his family has a thing for the letter J for first names. Well, we also know people like Doc and Rob Walker, so... But okay, those are both their short versions. They are called Douglas and Robert, I guess, so it's not really similar. But I wanted to make a point, and I wanted anyways, even so I disproved it myself afterwards. Don't you judge me. Nevertheless, Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, it is amazing. It is, especially, it has a certain... I mean, of course, Josh Whedon has access to really high professional stuff for recording and producing a movie, but he did this as a side project, as a free project. That's why it ended up on YouTube. Not ended up, it was made for the internet because he made it during the strike. In the strike, they could not make some commercial series and so on, but he found this different creative outlet, and yeah, it is pretty much really something. It is like a student project, but it's made with real great actors and producers, and they put really effort in it. And while it has a certain independence thing to it, stuff you would probably never see in this form in a Hollywood movie, but maybe now you will after this thing was such a success. But things you originally would never see in something commercially produced because they had so much fun with elements and so on. And they made it, and watch it if you haven't.
Yeah, basically I agree with everything that ANY has said. It's like one of the best. It's like everything that you've seen before in a musical. It's just something that's so different.
Sorry again for another cut, but the decency police finally arrived. That's the problem when you make a podcast and then the decency police gets to know what happened. So they forced her to put pants on, and now we have actually a well-covered show. You see, now she finally put her pants back on, and we hopefully can finish the show soon. But yeah, we're talking
anyway, talking about Dr. Horrible. It is just like you said, it's something that was not really seen before, and there's like this feeling that it was made with complete creative freedom because it was made during the writer's strike. And it has such a non-linear sort of feel to it. Like, it does follow an actual plot and narrative. It's not just like a set piece. But there's something just completely different and casual about it. Like, all the characters, you feel like the actors actually do like each other and know each other a lot. That it doesn't have that weird stilted feeling that you get by some sets. Thank you. But one of the best elements of it is the music. The music is no song sounds the same. And because they have so much variety, like you have like the freeze rate song. It has like this nice little like synth keyboard where it's like dun 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 dun, and but then you have something like A
Brand New Day,
where it's such a hard rock piece, and they use such really cool imagery, like this gigantic recliner chair, and then him being bigger and stomping on Nathan Fillion, who is really awesome as this role of as Captain Hammer. And I didn't know that Nathan Fillion had such a good singing voice, because he sings in the song "A Man's Gotta Do," and also the Everyone's a Hero song. He actually does have a really good singing voice, and he is so funny. Yeah. What's that really good line of his where it's like, "I'm going to give her my hammer. My hammer is my penis," or something like that.
Great. But
and then you got so basically go see the movie, and also if you buy the Blu-ray or maybe online or something, go look up Commentary, the musical. Basically, they made a commentary of the film as a complete song, like sound. They have a complete soundtrack that has there's a first song that's called Commentary, then they have a song about the strike, then they have a song about like solos, and then Nathan Fillion has a song called Better Than Neil. It's hilarious. It's really hilarious. And they even have a song called All About Me that's sung by all the extras of the film.
God, this is amazing. And now now I have something else to watch. Great.
Yeah, it's on the DVD and Blu-ray versions of Dr. Horrible, but you could probably find it on YouTube, or at least find the songs, because that's obviously what you're watching for. I
would probably say, if there has ever been some reason to say, please support the official release, it's really that one, because it was a non-profit project created out of this kind of bad situation with the writer's strike and so on. And it is so amazing, so they really deserve to get something out of it. Also, it's some kind of reverse crowdfunding of being like, hey, we support this project afterwards with our money, so...
Yeah, like it says here all the proceeds of the iTunes DVD sales will go to the cast and crew, because when the thing came out, they weren't compensated. Like, you have Neil Patrick Harris and Felicia Day, and at least Neil Patrick Harris, even in 2008, like, didn't How I Met Your Mother started around this time or something? Or, like, even then he was still famous for doing movies and Doogie Howser. So he was a big star. Like, pretty much all of them were at least semi-big at the time. And they weren't compensated at all. They did this because they enjoyed it. Like, these were all actors, I think, that were supporting of the writer's strike. So buy the release, buy the comic books that were made by Dark Horse. Which is really funny considering the villain is Bad Horse.
Bad Horse! Bad Horse! Okay, now we have pretty much talked about every song in the show.
So do we want to go back to Paul, or do we want to go back to
No. I actually was going to probably wrap stuff up soon, because I'm still experimenting with the format. I don't want to overdo it the first time, and we should probably have about a little bit over half an hour now.
Okay, yeah. This was actually really good.
Yeah, well,
despite those times where you have to cut, but
Well, it's not my it's not my fault that you forgot to put on pants for the show. I said, please, you don't have to be professional at all, but please at least put. No, actually, I said that you don't have to put pants on, but please, if you don't put pants on, don't stand up.
What's wrong with not wearing pants? It's like
awesome.
Have you never seen a pantless lady before? No. Besides,
I'm not wearing pants myself right now.
Do
but
you
I'm
have something against my
up.
own pantlessness?
Yes.
Do you not like the pantlessness? I mean, really? Okay, it says a lot about you.
It grants a lot of freedom. Yes, it says about me that PG-13 gets me more viewers. Hashtag AMI throwing out.
Why do I love talking to you so much?
I love this hashtag. This hashtag is so representing me.
By the way, guys, remember, the AMI is a dick show. Vote on that.
No! No, vote it.
Fill all the comments with it. Put it in the discussions of all of AMY's channels. Go to all of his Tumblrs and ask him just AMY's a dick, AMY's a dick. Fill everything with that. Oversaturation.
It actually would work as a title. So the title would be AMY is a dick to, then insert name of guest, about, and then giving a rough content summary.
Okay. Yeah, so did we come up with a name? Did we do any help at all?
I will use this as a stand-in. Oh, will I? Yeah, sure. I use it as a stand-in name. So this episode is called ANY is a dick to Keyframe about, and then I have to see what we talked about.
We talked about YouTube channels. You know what? It was hilarious. I didn't talk a lot about Jesse because I thought you would talk about him because you're a massive fanboy, and you didn't talk about him at all.
Well, he is pretty awesome. I believe he has the year of the 1 million subscribers. I'm not really sure what this is all about, but probably he wants to reach 1 million subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to Jesse Cox yet, do it, because he is fucking awesome. PG-13.
If he gets a 1 million subscribers, ANY will stop shaving and gain weight because he can live out his fantasy of becoming Jesse
Cox. I mean, we have a lot of similarities. We both wear glasses. I just want to say, when I grew out my beard, it's actually red because I'm half ginger. And if I gain weight, which is probably the biggest challenge at this point, I guess, because I cannot gain weight and I don't want to give up sports, so. I
feel really bad now that I said the way to look like Jesse is to gain weight.
Come on, he knows.
He's on a diet too, so I feel bad.
If you compare into some kind of what is it called in English, beanpole or something.
Okay, think about it. It's like comparing like Markiplier to Jesse. It's like you feel bad in saying that the only way you can look like Jesse is to gain weight, and the only way you can look like Markiplier is to bulk up. It's just insulting. Oh, also go subscribe to Markiplier. He's awesome.
He's more awesome, and I believe Markiplier has already more subscribers, doesn't he?
Yes.
So subscribe
subscribe to Mark. Maybe we can see a collaboration between Mark and Jesse.
Meh. Didn't they already have been on the podcast at the same time, the co-optional podcast?
I'm not sure. I mean,
they are in the same YouTube network, so chances are rather high that they have been at the same show as well.
Yes, and now Markiplier lives in LA and stuff, so
yes,
I want to see that. I want to see them do like a video side by side together.
What just happened? Why am I alone? Well, folks, I am very sorry to say for this once again, because Keyframe couldn't keep her pants on, so she took off her pants again, and of course the decency police was still around the corner, so they just busted in there, captured her, and, well, since this podcast is supposed to be me with a guest, I guess this is as good a time as any to wrap things up. Even so, she is now arrested and probably has to spend the next few years in the decency prison, where she gets put into extra covering clothes and stuff like this, so she learns how to cover up and stuff. I say thank you to her, for even so she's not here, but yeah, thank you, Chrissy, for having you, for being here, for having you, for joining me for this horrible experimentation I'm doing. You guys, if you want to see more of this, if you want me to turn this into an actual thing, give thumb up, share it, leave encouraging comments down below, leave suggestions for title of this show, and support me on Patreon. I know I promised not to do this anymore, but yeah, it really helps. So this is ANY saying see you soon.